say before I start this video. In my last video, or 2 videos ago, I'm not sure when this one will come out, but a few videos ago, I uploaded a whisper ramble where I told you a little bit more about myself. And I completely forgot to tell you my name, which is Sarah. So, hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to this video on this little channel, and I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you're watching, and you all make me smile. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to show you a book series that I read recently. Unfortunately, I can't show you all the books that I've read because I have an e-reader, and I read a lot of the books this year on this e-reader, and I forgot to charge it. But I guess I could make another video about it. Also, if you watched my whisper ramble, then you know that I move places a lot. So some of my books are not here with me. Like, some of my books are in a different house, in a different place. So that's kind of unfortunate, but the books that I'm going to talk about are cool. And I'm also going to show you 3 books that I still want to read. And please, if you like these kind of genres that I'm going to talk about as well, feel free to write any kind of book recommendation into the comments. I love reading. Every time I watch Netflix, afterwards I'm thinking I could have just read a book, because once I start reading, I am absolutely like a zombie. I can't stop reading, but sometimes I forget about it, and then I just do other things, and it's kind of yeah, so I want to definitely get more into reading, and yeah, hopefully you can write down some book recommendations for me, and we can just exchange each other's book ideas, I guess. So, I'm gonna start with the book series. I'm gonna have to check which book was the first book. Okay. Also, I'm gonna read you the, what's it called in English? The text that's on the back of the book with my normal whisper voice, and then I'm gonna try to read it to you with inaudible whispering, because yeah, I just thought that could be a little add-on to this video. So the book series that I want to talk about today is called 3 Dark Crowns, and this is the first book by Kendar Blake, and I'm gonna just read you what it says up here. It says, 3 sisters, 1 throne, a fight to the death. So this book is fantasy. I don't know if it's it's a fantasy book. So I like reading fantasy. It's also sci-fi a little bit, but I think it's mainly fantasy, not really sci-fi. I don't know why I said that. And so it's about this island, this fictional island called Fenburn, and on this island there is a queen. So the females are in charge. And the queen rules until she has triplets. So the queen always has triplets. And the triplets are always females as poisoning stuff, but they're also good at healing, making like healing potions and stuff. And then there's the gift of like seeing, like the seer that can see into the future. And then there's the really rarely war gift, which is just like a really strong power. So yeah, basically, every time that a queen has the triplets grow up, and they're all queens, so it's 3 queens. And there's this dark twist that not all of them are gonna rule Fenburn, because the island has a goddess, and it's kind of like their religion, and the sisters have to kill each other. And the one who survives is the sister that's gonna become queen. So I actually just recently started reading in English. I don't know why, because I already watch all movies, everything in English. I do like podcasts, everything is in English basically. But books, I don't know why. I just always read German books. So that's why I also don't have that many English speaking books yet. But yeah, that's the first book, and basically the book follows the 3 sisters that are born in that time frame. Their names are Mirabella, Arsinoe, and Catherine, or Katerine, I think is what they call her. And Katerine is a poisoner, Arsinoe is the naturalist, and Mirabella is the elemental. And so basically, there's like multiple chapters of each of the sisters following them through their life, and it's kind of like interesting because they have this, like, they don't really know they're sisters, they just know they have to like kill them, and it kind of follows the like conflict, the inner conflict of them. And I don't want to spoil too much, but basically this is what the first book is about. And then there is 2 more, or I think actually there's 4 books, but I don't have the 4th one because I listened to it on like an audiobook. Like I listened to it as an audiobook. So this one is the 2nd one. It's called One Dark Throne. And then this one is, I think the 3rd one is called 2 Dark Reigns. And I got all of these books secondhand from like this secondhand online book shop for, it really wasn't that much. Maybe each book cost me like €7, which is like around $10. So yeah, so I've read the series, and I started with the first book, and I just couldn't stop. Like I just couldn't stop. Like me personally, the writing, everything about this just drew me in, and I just couldn't stop reading. So I read all the books, and I think the last book I listened to, like I said. And if you like fantasy, if you like fictional places, like that kind of stuff, I can totally recommend. So I'm going to read the back of this now and then try inaudible whispering, okay? Okay. In every generation on the island of Fenburn, a set of triplets is born. 3 queens, all equal heirs to the crown, all possessed of a coveted magic. Mirabella, a fierce elemental, can spark hungry flames with the click of her finger. Catherine, a poisoner, is known to be resistant to the deadliest snake bites. Arsinoe, a naturalist, is rumored to have the ability to bloom the reddest of roses. But becoming the queen crowned is not just a matter of royal birth. These 3 sisters must fight to the death for the throne, and on the night they turn 16, the battle begins. Only one queen can inherit the crown. Yeah, I forgot to mention, when they turn 16, there's like this event where they all show off their powers and stuff, and then the ascension year begins. So they have 1 year to kill each beast, the queens, there's their friends, there's romance, there's family, like everything, you know. Okay, now the inaudible whispered part. In every generation, island, pathetic triplets is born, three queens, all equal heirs to the throne, all possessed of good magic. Mirror a fierce element, could spark hungry flames with a click of a finger. Gather the poisoners, not to be resistant to detect least snake bites. Arson of naturalist's rumored have the ability to bloom the reddest of roses. But becoming green crown is not a matter of royal worth. These three sisters must fight to detect their worth at all. And one night at 16, the battle begins. Only one queen can inherit a crown. So, I'm still learning inaudible whispering. And I feel like mine is more like a semi-inaudible whispering, but I hope that that was good. Oh, my camera. Okay. So, then I have three more books. Three more books. Which I didn't read yet. Like, I started this one, but I didn't finish it yet. This one is called The Fifth Season, Every Age Must Come to an End by N.K. Jameson. And honestly, I started it right after finishing the, like, One Dark Throne, Three Dark Crowns, whatever it's called series, the Fenburn series. And this book is also kind of dark, so I think the reason why I didn't finish it yet is because I kind of needed, like, a break from, like, these kind of dark stories, you know. Even though the Fenburn series isn't, like, crazy, but it's just, like, you know what I mean? Like, mentally, I just felt like I needed something more lightweight, and I right away jumped into this book. But I do plan on finishing it. So, to be completely honest, this book is way, like, the writing style is super poetic, it's super specific, and I personally like it, but I don't really completely understand what it's about yet. So what I know is that it's about the world ends, like every other few hundred years, and society is always prepared for the world to end, basically. And there's multiple characters that this book follows, and their journey in the society, like this, it's also, that's definitely like a dystopian kind of book, and it's not really like our society. It's like there's like this group of people, and they have special powers, and people don't like them, and the government is like trying to control them. What do they call them again? It's a while back since I stopped reading this book, but if any of you knows this book, then you probably know. But yeah, so they have like the society is prepared for the world to end, basically, and that's why it's called the fifth season, because they call it in seasons, and it says here, every age must come to an end. Age must come to an end. Because on the back of the book, it doesn't really. Oh, it does. Okay, I thought it was just like reviews, so I'll just read it to you. It says, "This is the way the world ends for the last time. It starts with the Great Red Rift across the heart of the world's sole continent, spewing ash that blots out the sun. It starts with death, with a murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts with betrayal, a long dormant, wounds rising up to fester. This is the stillness." Okay, yeah, so the continent that it takes place on is called the stillness. "A land long familiar with catastrophe, where the power of the earth is wielded as a weapon, and where there is no mercy." Okay, now the inaudible whispering. "This is the way the world ends for the last time. It starts with the Great Rift across the heart of the world's sole continent, spewing ash that blots out the sun. It starts with death, with a murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts say too much about this because I feel like I have to finish it, but like when I was in the story, like when I took my time to read the book, I definitely liked it. I definitely liked it. I feel like I just need to read something more lightweight first, and then I can get back to this book. But if you like dystopian books and like kind of like a different type of writing style and like deep like political like metaphors and stuff, because I feel like that's kind of what it is, then I can recommend it. And I'm gonna definitely let you know once I finish this book what I thought of it. Okay, so I have two more books that I want to read in the future. The first book is a different genre than what I showed you just now. It's more like a teenager, young adult kind of book, which is also a genre that I like, or should I say love, that I love, is young adult. So this book is called Anna K, A Love Story. And the reason why I bought this is because I heard someone on YouTube saying that the book reminded them of Gossip Girl, the TV show. I don't know if you know that TV show. I should definitely make a video about TV shows too. In any case, like my favorite TV shows. And it's like the Korean, because the girl is Korean, like Gossip Girl. So I thought I'd give it a try. I have to admit that I didn't really start it yet. Like I read the first few pages, and then I was so in like the Fenburn trilogy or fourlogy, whatever, that I didn't read this book yet. But I'm gonna read the back of it for you, so I don't really know what it is about yet. Meet Anna K. At 17, she is at the top of Manhattan and Greenwich society, even if she prefers the company of her horses and dogs. Oh, that's cool. I understand that. She has the perfect, if perfectly boring, boyfriend, and she has always made her Korean American father proud, even if he can be a bit controlling. As her friends struggle with the pitfalls of teenage life, Anna always seems to sail gracefully above it all. That is, until the night she meets Alexia Count Vronsky, a notorious playboy. Alexia is everything Anna is not, but he has never been in love until he meets Anna, and maybe she hasn't either. As Alexia and Anna are pulled irresistibly together, she has to decide how much of her life she is willing to let go to be with him. And when a shocking revelation threatens to shatter their relationship, she is forced to ask if she has ever known herself at all. Yeah, so hey everybody, so my camera battery just decided to go bye-bye, and yeah, I just, like, I'm almost done with the video and the camera battery does that, so I'm just gonna finish filming this video on my phone, because I don't want you missing out. So yeah, so it's basically Anna K. It's basically like a love story, and basically like a teenage romance, like in Manhattan, New York. That's why it reminds of like that. That's why it reminded the person of like Gossip Girl, probably. So let me inaudibly whisper the back of it for you, and then we get to the last book. Okay. So. As her friends struggle with the pitfalls of teenage life, Anna always seems to sail gracefully above it all. say it's like the world is at peace. There's no more war. There's no more like whatever. Like the world is at peace and society is basically perfect. But there's these people specifically chosen to kill specific people so that the peace can be kept alive, I think. But I'm gonna read the back of it and clear it up for the both of us. So, what if death was the only thing left to control? In a perfect world, the only way to die. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. That's exactly, you can't die unless you, like the, how do you call this in English? Like the guy with this thing comes to you, like until someone kills you, you can't die in this society. So, super sci-fi. In a perfect world, the only way to die is to be cleaned by a professional scythe. Maybe that's the word for this. When Citra and Rowan are chosen to be apprentice scythes, they know they have no option but to learn the art of killing. However, the terrifying responsibility of choosing their victims is just the start. Corruption is the order of the day, and Citra and Rowan need to stick together to fight. Then they are told that one of them will have to clean the other. So yeah, I don't know if this is like a romance or a friendship or both, but basically these two people become apprentices to become a scythe, and then they probably like notice all the corruption, everything bad that's going on with the society. And I like books that have like revolutionary, like books where a character follows the rules of society and then sees all the bad things with it and then decides to choose a different path, and then like kind of like a revolution starts, you know. So inaudibly whispered, what if death is the only thing left to control? In a perfect world, the only way to die is to be cleaned by a professional scythe. When Citra and Rowan are chosen to be apprentice scythes, they know they have no option but to learn the art of killing. However, the terrifying responsibility of choosing their victims is just the start. Corruption is the order of the day, and Citra and Rowan need to stick together to fight it. Then they are told that one of them will have to clean the other. Yeah, so they basically have to also like choose who they kill. Like that's pretty dark, but I'm excited to read it. But I think I'm gonna start with Anna K, just so that I read something more light and like cute love story and stuff, and then I'm gonna get into the dark matter. Okay, so that's it for this video. Sorry for the camera switch. This camera